down, that flag wouldn't have folded up like a perfect angel right above his head. If he wasn't heaven.
I don't think that any of the Trumps have anything to worry about with getting into heaven. Maybe they're from heaven. I had done a video stitching Eric Trump, and I took it down because it was wrong. But it was like a week or two ago, and after the 7 years of, the psychological operation that seems to have been done on the American people, every now and then I will, it doesn't take long for the wicked one to try to take you down the wrong direction. And when I think the Trumps are a part of that stuff, before I get back on track, I often will lash out. Because I'll quickly, I realize that's when I know I'm on the wrong track. That I'm not being carried by the Spirit. I really realized that yesterday, but as far as, and I'll explain that in a minute, because it's just the most bizarre thing. But I shouldn't have, the Trumps are like the nicest people in the country, and they get a lot of grief for so many years from so many places. And even though I disagree, like there's some things I just know, but when it comes to the Trump, it's again, God gives you the truth of things or of people. But when it comes to that, God doesn't give it to me fully, if that makes sense. So, but when I start thinking, and I'll do videos, I don't trust them, and it's because I veered off from, leaning on the Holy Spirit. And it doesn't even have to be like it's a short time when I'm not staying close to the Holy Spirit. And that's how quickly it'll take me down this road, and then I'm blaming that. And then I'm like, oh no, wait. So I feel bad because all of Trump's kids, and Trump, they're such nice people, they don't deserve that. So I had removed that video and erased it. But the timing is interesting too, in a way, because it just made me realize when I came across this video with Eric. I have recently in the last week been saying, God, I don't want to lead people astray, and can you give me a sign that, I'm following your will? I want to make sure I'm following. I pray for this all the time. I surrender to God every day. I get on my knees. I've been doing this a long time, most especially staying diligent about it since 2020. But when you've been walking with God for a long time, he sort of gets tired of you asking for a sign. Like, he'll give you sometimes he'll just give them to you, but it's sort of like, remember the apostles, we need more miracles to believe you. It's sort of the same thing, and yet I had been asking God, I just want to make sure, like, what if I don't want to be following my will, and or what if it's, God says, test the spirits. And so I was walking, and on a daily walk that I do, and there's this wicked, all the houses are decorated for Halloween. Some of them go beyond Halloween decorations to really wicked witchery crap, okay? And there's this one house I come across that's like that. It's got these mirrors in certain places. Like, it's really not Halloween decorations. It's like, crazy, decapitated child's head, and doll head, and just, you can tell the way it's arranged, it's witchery kind of stuff. So, no, I don't think anything of it. I just, walk past it. So then yesterday when I'm on my walk, that I go the same way all the time, usually. And usually when I'm on my walks, I pray a lot. Praying to me is like talking to God. And again, when you're talking to God or you hear from God, it's not an actual voice. It's not like schizophrenics that hear a voice because they respond to internal. No, it's not. Those people, the mental illness part is an actual voice. This is, you can't explain the Holy Spirit. If you have the Holy Spirit within you, you know what I mean. And it's not a voice, but you refer to it because you don't know any other way to describe it. So I'm, praying to God, talking to God. And yet, in the Bible, it says to test the spirits, whether it's from other people or that could be, if, I hate to say talking because it's not talking, but come to you. And yet every day I ask Jesus to cover me, protect me, shroud me, surround me. And he's always done, I've always done, and he always does. But because I kept asking for a sign, well, he gave me one, all right. So on my walk, it was like this, what was coming was angry and irritable, and I'm like, this is unusual. This isn't what's going on here. So keep walking, and then all of a sudden I come up to this wicked house. And this dog from this house comes out of nowhere like a bat out of hell, trying to jump up and attack me, isn't on a leash, and gets like right near me, but can't bite into me. Like lunged at me like 4 or 5 times. Even as I was walking, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I didn't go running, but I, just kept walking because I thought, well, if I run, it's going to, because it was kind of dark out, so I couldn't tell if it was on a leash. It wasn't on a leash. And I've never seen it before, and it just kept coming at me even after I got past its house. So by the time I got like 2 houses down and it was all clear, I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, is that enough sign? Because I'd been asking for a sign. So for that brief moment, this is what happens when I'm not covering you. Because whether people believe it or not, all around us, it's a spiritual war. And so people that do truly walk with God, that wicked one loves when for just a brief moment he's not protecting you, and that is what I experienced. Even though he was, because that dog that dog was like right on me. It should have been able to bite. It wanted to bite me, but yet it was like there was something stopping it, even though it could get right next to me. So, but it was, the biggest thing was what I said that what was coming to me was irritable and angry. So that was the sign. God was just letting me know it in a very, very real way. That's how important it is. And because whatever God, I hate to say talks or says or brings to you or puts on your heart, he's always consistent. Even though what may be being put on your heart is in a stern or strong way about something, it's never the personality. It's hard to say. The personality is never an irritability or anger like this was. And yet I questioned it like, this is unusual. But I didn't think anything more of it and just kept walking until this dog lunged at me and kept lunging at me. And then only 2 houses down is that enough sign for you? And then it's like, so for that brief moment, that's why I always test the spirits. So that was enough sign. I'm like, that's good. I got it now. It's very clear to me now. So, it was just bizarre. So, whenever I go down the track of thinking it's the Trumps, and I don't usually stay there very long because I immediately start praying, but sometimes I don't start praying before I lash out first because it's exhausting, all of it, and getting silenced. under Trump's term even is frustrating. So sometimes I lash out. It's not an excuse, but it's important to stay near the Holy Spirit. Most important thing.